Joey B Toonz out here smoking these fools that go to Virtue Signal University School. The Harvard system of narcissism, taking a selfie in front of coffin while Instagramming is y'all religious. Tune in to the show tonight. A couple Karens get possessed like a poltergeist. Maybe someone will be smart, you might get surprised. But don't hold your breath or you'll choke and die. Joey B versus the world.
Episode 35. We meet again. As most of you know, we hit 1 million subscribers last month. 1 million subscribers. You know what that proves? That proves there's at least 1 million people left on planet Earth confirmed with common sense. This is a very promising statistic, folks. Who knew there were that many of us left? Obviously, the people who run YouTube make up no part of that statistic, considering they refuse to give me the gold plaque I've earned for reaching that milestone, but we know how men with low testosterone levels roll. Yeah, look at this. These turds actually sent me a letter saying I'm ineligible to receive the plaque because the channel doesn't conform to the community guidelines. Yeah, they actually sent me this. You know what this is like? And I've said this before. This is like the record industry refusing to give a musician their gold record for selling 1 million albums because they don't like the lyrics to their songs. Could you imagine? Yeah, that's the type of people who work at these companies. That's Silicon Valley for you. Yeah, they'll take the ad revenue, though, because, you know, they're good people who are changing the world.
Hello, my name is Saeed Jabrani. I am the CEO of Ametabug, and we're here to revolutionize the way you report bugs on your mobile platform.
Happen will revolutionize location-based mobile news aggregation as you know it.
We're making the world a better place through Paxos algorithms for consensus protocols.
And we're making the world a better place through software-defined data centers for cloud computing.
A better place.
It's incredible. I got to thank them, though. No, I really do. I mean, if you think about it, what value does an award they mass produce have in comparison to a rejection letter, which is a much rarer artifact to possess? Which is why I decided to frame it. Yeah, this is the real plaque. Nobody has this one. I mean, this is much harder to achieve, so thank you, YouTube. I will cherish this like I cherish everyone on planet Earth who despises people like you who want to dictate how adults communicate with each other. You know, like North Korea. You guys got a lot in common with the Pillsbury Doughboy over there, you know. He likes to punish people for having opinions, too. And, you know, I'm surprised he's not on your advisory board, to be honest with you. You should consider that. You guys would make a great team. Anyway, guys, we got an awesome show today. We got Shavo from System of a Down calling in a few. He's got a new band called 7 Hours After Violet. Had the chance to catch their first performance at the Sirius XM building in LA a few weeks ago. Awesome stuff, man. We're going to roast some videos here together and talk shop in a little bit here. I also got to tell you guys about my strange experiences at these comic conventions I've been appearing at lately. The things I've seen the past few months, it's concerning, to say the least. Anyway, first, let me shout out my guys over at Raycon and we'll get into it. You know what I can't stand when I go out in public? People playing music on their phones full blast like anybody wants to hear any of this. That's another benefit of these Raycon everyday earbuds. You could drown these people out. They never let me down. I say this every time. These are the most reliable pair of headphones I've ever owned. I can't say that about a lot of things. They're great. 32-hour battery life, active noise cancellation. They look good. The color options are great. I just got a pair of the black ones. I love them. Go to raycon.com/JoeyBVS today to get 20 to 50% off site-wide. That's right, you'll get up to 50% off everything on Raycon's website when you go to buyraycon.com/JoeyBVS. Okay, I gotta address something real quick. Can somebody tell me what I'm looking at here? Why is her eyebrows like this? Anybody know? It's like she dipped her forehead in blacktop. Look at this. Mother with Britain's biggest eyebrows call critics brainwashed. Yeah, because we should all be like you and take a paint roller to our head so we can look like a rejected McDonald's mascot. Yeah, that should recalibrate our brainwashed minds. Now, you would think this would be the only person in the world to do something like this, right? Nope. Here you go. Fashion blogger embraces extreme eyebrow trend with huge eyebrows covering her forehead. Yeah, that's right. There's not only more than one person in the world doing this. This is a trend. Think of that for a second. Multiple human beings scrolling on the internet by themselves alone came across a photo of this girl and said, I want to do this too. They all said to themselves as they stared at a photo of a woman who looks like a car peeled out on her forehead, I want to look like this too. Just try to imagine what it would be like to have a brain that desires this for themselves. I mean, did they shut down the mental asylums in England too? Ours were shut down in the 80s by Reagan. I mean, are they closed too over there? Let's look this up. Let's look this up. Let's see. Are mental asylums closed in England? Runwell Hospital closed in 2010 and was one of the last from the asylum era to close. So that's not that long ago. That's why you're seeing this kind of stuff pop up now in England. I mean, we've been dealing with this for a while here in America. I mean, they've been closed since the 80s. I mean, we have no place to put these people. There's got to be a correlation with closed mental asylums and the behavior we're seeing. I mean, the countries with mental asylums seem to contain these people so they're not on the loose in society. Now, but we got to deal with them now. I don't get it, though. I mean, like, is the medical industry just not being honest with us? Like, is there just too many crazy people and not enough room to contain them? Because if that's the case, I don't buy it. Because, I mean, have you ever been through the desert? Have you ever been through Arizona, New Mexico? I mean, there's a lot of space there. Just build them in the Grand Canyon or something. I don't know, throw them in there. There's a lot of room in there. Anyway, I've been appearing at a lot of these comic conventions lately. I just got back from one in Salt Lake City. I got so many stories to share with you guys. I'm going to share some of my experiences on Patreon today. I don't want to bore everybody with this because I could go on for an hour with the things that I've seen. I mean, I got to tell you, the first 30 minutes that I showed up here at my booth, you know, this guy starts hovering around my booth with his belly hanging out under his shirt. You ever see those people? Yeah, I took a picture. Yeah, this was in the first 30 minutes. Could you imagine leaving your house like this? Could you imagine waking up in the morning, putting on a shirt, walking to the mirror, and seeing your belly hanging out under your shirt and going, I'm ready to go outside now? Yeah, that's what this man did. And then he spilled all his breakfast over his shirt or whatever the hell that is, sweat or just, you know, who knows what that is? Bacon grease. I mean, you can't go outside like this, guys. You gotta, I mean, you're a grown adult here. By the way, this guy wasn't here to see me. I mean, our audience here, you know, has much better standards than whatever the hell that was, you know. But just, you know, a rule of thumb, just a reminder if, you know, you want to come out to one of these events and say hello and hang out, you know, just use him as a rule of thumb of what not to do when you leave your house, you know. Anyway. Oh, and by the way, guys, I got to mention this. Go show some love to my buddy Ryan Long. He's got a new stand-up special on YouTube. It's hilarious.
Algorithms are a little on dudes' asses right now, though. They'll just send you pictures of naked girls all day long when you're scrolling, and if you stutter with your finger, the algorithm is like, you are the titty man for the rest of your life. And then your girl's like, why is your phone all hot chicks? And you're like, I'm being set up here, man. Mark Zuckerberg's out to get me! In real life, a girl doesn't walk by with her tits out, you take a peek, and for the rest of the day, she's everywhere. I'm at the bank, and I take a break. You looked once, you look forever! Trying to get dudes off the conspiracy videos, that's what's happening. They see you looking at MK Ultra late at night, they're like, send in the titties. Close up this third eye. What's the Federal Reserve been up to? Titties. You can't have flat Earth, but you can have round tits. That's
Hilarious. I did Ryan and Danny's podcast in Vegas during Skankfest a few weeks ago. And no, Skankfest is not a stripper convention, okay? It's a comedy festival. Relax. This was one of my funnest appearances. So go over to the Boys Cast YouTube page on October 22nd. That's when it's coming out. Lots of screwed up stories I shared on this one. What else am I doing? I'll be doing Dave Landau's show, Normal World, in studio very soon, so look out for that. And the latest issue of Flip City magazine is out. With the debut of my cartoons, I'm doing a page in this magazine every month called The Concerned Citizens Corner. They got a full interview with me in here for the first one, so you guys got to check this out. It's a really funny comedy magazine. They just take the piss out of all the craziness that goes on in clown world, politics, and just all the backwards stuff that goes on in our society out here in America. I'll have a link to everything that I'm mentioning here in the description of the video. So go check that out. And if you want to buy the magazine, there's a promo code JoeyB. Use it as checkout. I think you get like 10% off of everything on the site. So go check that out. Anyway, enough about me. I just wanted to get you up to speed with what I've been doing. I haven't talked to you guys in a while. Let's get to the man of the hour now. All right, we got one of the baddest bass players on the planet with us today. You know him from System of a Down. They just hit 1 billion streams with Toxicity, one of my favorite tracks of all time. He just dropped a brand new debut, self-titled album with his band 7 Hours After Violet. It's insane. Shavo, what's up, man?
What's up, my favorite guy? How are you?
Dude, I got to say one thing to my audience before we start. I don't know how many times people ask me where I find these people I feature in my videos. Like, how do you find them? Well, you're looking at the supplier of half of them right now, because Shavo likes to send me the most disturbing videos with the most bizarre people in them that I've ever seen in my life. Dude, you're probably responsible for at least a quarter of the videos everyone sees on my channel.
Dude, you inspire me. That's all I could say. I swear. Like, I search now just to send it to you.
Thank you for that.
Just to freak you out and give you nightmares.
No, dude, really. For some reason, I make the mistake of opening your messages like right before I go to sleep. So these creatures you send me embed themselves into my dreams. You've caused me a lot of trauma, my friend. Thank you.
Hey, you've returned some favors, so yeah. I've opened some horrific shit myself.
Yeah, because we're sick. Apparently, we like to disturb each other. Dude, you sent me a video of a woman laying an egg. Yeah, she was holding a fake baby in her arm wearing some creepy looking masks. Then she squats down and an egg comes out of it. Then she posts a photo of her cooking it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, thank you for sending that.
You're welcome, brother. You're welcome. I knew you would be appreciated. Out of anyone, I knew you'd get the humor.
Yeah, in response, I had to send you one of the worst videos I've ever seen.
Remind me.
Remember the video of those people in Indonesia?
Oh my God, yeah.
Who dig their grandparents up from their grave every couple years and dress up their skeletons so they could join them at dinner again?
Ooh, stinky.
Yeah, they just sat their skeletons in a chair at the dinner table.
That was wonderful, bro. That was horrific. I had to show it to a few people. No one survived it. I think we're responsible for some issues that went down in Burbank, Glendale, and Hollywood area.
Dude, I looked this up because, I had to research and try to understand what the hell I just witnessed. And there's all these articles about it with the headlines like, an Indonesian tradition of digging up dead relatives for a spirited afterlife ritual. Like, all these articles treat this as if this is normal. Yeah. Now, if somebody found out a family from Alabama was doing this, they'd be in prison.
Done.
You'd think any publication would print an article that says, an Alabamian tradition digging up dead relatives for a spirited afterlife ritual.
Oh, no.
No, it would say, disturbed Alabama family arrested for digging up dead family members and possibly copulating with them.
Yeah, of course it would, bro. Sometimes society allows certain societies to do certain things that goes against the norm, and sometimes it doesn't. It just matters where you're from and who you know. who the publication is and who the authorities are. You know, it's crazy. Certain things are allowed in certain places. It's nuts.
Dude, just because somebody does this far away doesn't make it normal.
Of course.
America's not the only country with nut jobs in it. If you're digging up your dead family members, you're insane. I don't care if you live in Indonesia. That doesn't exempt you from being fucking crazy. Let's be fair here. Crazy is crazy. Doing something crazy far away doesn't make it normal. You ever watch those shows where they search for things like the Loch Ness Monster and all these mythical animals? They'll go to these remote areas of the world, and it's always a guy walking around asking the locals, like, have you seen this creature before? And there's always a moment where they'll talk to somebody who'll be like, oh, yes, there is a werewolf in the village. I've seen it come out of that bush over there. It was 12 feet tall. It eats cats. Like, they just say anything.
Of course there is.
And then the host just entertains it like, oh, okay, well, we'll be camping out in this location tonight and we'll be waiting for it. Then you sit through the commercial break. They come back. They're camping. They hear a noise. It's nothing. And then nothing happens. You know why? Because the guy who originally told them this is a lunatic. He's the village idiot. Just because you flew across the world to get here doesn't mean that everything everyone says is real. Like, how do these people not know this? I don't get it.
It's weird, bro. Even our friend Jack Osborne, he does a bunch of shows now, trying to find like the stuff that, ghosts and all that stuff, supernatural stuff. It's pretty interesting, man. But it's like, you're right. Those idiots do exist that are on those shows. And then, but they're the ones that make the shows happen. You know what I mean? They're the, what do you call them? The sensationalists, the ones that cause the sensationalism within that causes the intrigue to watch the show. So those people are necessary for the existence of these shows. You know what I mean?
No, you're right. Yeah. They are the star of the show. You're right. That's the underlying reality of the show. It's those people are the stars.
They are, bro. They are. Like I said, idiocracy goes further than politics. It goes way beyond, You know the
videos I do like that you post? They're the videos of talented people doing talented things, like covers of your music. Dude, there's so many talented people out there doing these amazing interpretations of System of a Down songs.
System of a Down!
No, there's some really talented people out there. The last thing I posted, one of the last things was the McGlocky and the other guy. Those guys are ridiculously great, bro. They did that cover of like, what if System of a Down did "Wanna Be" by the Spice Girls? That was crazy good. There's moments in that song where I was like, are you sure we didn't do this for real? That wasn't the band doing it. Because when we cover bands, other songs, we put our twist to it, which is exactly what they did. They pretty much solved our formula of doing things, and they're doing it on their own now. Like, wow. There's really no need for System to be doing covers anymore, because these guys are on it, bro. They're on it. Like when we did Wu-Tang, when we did the cover for the Black Sabbath's Snowblind, like we did what they did to Wanna Be to those songs, like Metro, we turned them into our own songs, right?
I was on the Paris train. I emerged in London rain, and you were waiting there, swimming through apologies.
I was on a Paris train. I emerged in London rain, and you were waiting there, swimming through apologies.
There's kids out there that think that Metro, from Berlin, our cover of it is our song. It wasn't a cover. There's kids that think that.
I remember searching for the perfect words.
I remember searching for the perfect words. I was hoping you might change your mind.
My favorite cover is probably the guy from Palm Springs that was singing Toxicity outside of the public library.
Eating seeds as a pastime activity. The toxicity of our city, You, who are you of the world, how you disorder.
That's Homer Simpson after a long night at Moe's.
Homer's voice. Get him Homer's voice. How do you remember these things, bro?
Dude, because I'm sick. I'm sick in the head. Look what I do for a living. I have to be unwell to be doing.
You know what I'm upset about here? You reminded me. I'm upset they didn't give you the plaque, bro. That's bullshit.
Yeah,
no,
but
not because of the plaque, but because of what you said. It's very true. It's very true. Imagine an artist sells 1 million albums and doesn't get a platinum plaque because of what's in the song. That would be 70% of the artists out there wouldn't get their plaques. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't have gotten our plaque because we have some stuff that people don't agree with. You know what I mean? Just because people don't agree with what you say, it doesn't exist or it doesn't, qualify for what the reward is. That's bullshit. That's complete bullshit, and I don't like that.
I agree, man.
It was offensive to me as an artist. Yeah, it's bullshit.
I appreciate that. It's as if there's just a bubble of these people who are trying to dictate what is allowed, what the approved opinions are. And now they're getting in the way of art. And I'm not saying what I do is art, but I'm saying I do bring comic relief to a crazy world.
Bro,
you know what I mean?
It's a form of art. It's a form of art. It's a form of entertainment. Art is entertainment as well. It's not like when I'm comparing you to a musician, an album, an artist that, a singer, a songwriter, they entertain. Yeah, they're creating something that's, different than what you're creating, but that doesn't matter. You're entertaining the masses, and you entertain 1 million people that decided to say, I subscribe to this guy because he's entertaining and he makes me laugh or he makes me whatever, right? So you deserve what you get, and it's not their decision on what the norm is or what. I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say. It's not their call. It's a numbers thing, and you need to get what you deserve. Period. That's it. So it's offensive. It's offensive to anyone that entertains that's an artist to be censored like that. And so it's bullshit. I don't like it.
I appreciate that, brother.
We'll move on. I just wanted to let you know how I felt about that because it offends anyone that creates. If you're a creator, it doesn't matter what type of creator you are. You create something that people enjoy, and it shows.
Yeah.
Here I am. You and made friends because of it. You know what I'm saying? We kind of know each other. And what are the words? See, that's the good thing about the internet. I feel like it could bring some like-minded people together. But when you were saying about how they're dictating things, and it is a small bubble, and this exists in every genre. It exists in creation, art, politics. It's like I don't have a side, but if I don't like when sides are censored because of an opinion, because you know what I mean? I know so many people that don't like that. I don't care if you're the left or you're the right.
Yeah.
You shouldn't like that. You live in America. You shouldn't like that. It doesn't matter who they're promoting, whether it be one side or the other. It's bullshit. So that's what I stand against. I mean, I'm the guy from System of a Down. We stand for democracy. We stand for our people. We stand for freedom of speech. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that goes both ways, bro, whether you're right or left. It should be both ways. That's how I feel. And it doesn't matter what your opinion is. It's an opinion that makes you an individual. That makes us individuals, or else the world will be full of these robots that all say the same thing and agree with each other. That's not a beat. You know what I mean? So anyways.
I appreciate that. And that's what's really unique about System of a Down is that you guys have that mindset where you guys could have differing opinions or different worldviews about things, but look at the product that you guys make by understanding and respecting each other's differences. That's a beautiful thing that our society in America has a very hard time doing.
For sure. It's, you have to respect one another. That's the number one human nature that makes us live together. It's that respect thing, or else it'll just be chaos. We're just becoming, because the respect is gone over someone else's opinion. If and I don't know how it started, but it's here, and I'd like it to go away. You know what I mean? At some point, which I know how cycles go. Cycles work that way. Shit has to get really bad for it to get good. I get it. But how bad is it going to get at this point, And I'm not speaking politically. I'm speaking every way. Like, we're just democracy in general. You know what I mean? Like, the freedom of speech, freedom of having an opinion, bro, and not getting bashed for it. It's terrible. I'm not talking about illegal things, and I'm not talking about having opinions about horrible things that are not morally, righteous. But, I'm talking about just, things, you know what I'm talking about.
No, you're preaching. You're preaching to the choir, man. I mean, this is why I do what I do. I mean, it's somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to speak up.
I'm glad you are.
But yeah, dude, you and I are on the same page where we could go on forever about it. And I know you got practice and all that. So we got to get into some music stuff before I let you go. So, I was thinking about too, going under the context of, all these talented people that share your music and do all this stuff. You know what? There's another side to it that irks me a little bit, particularly about the young generation. I'm kind of curious what your thoughts are about this. There doesn't seem to be any young breakthrough rock bands anymore. Like if you go back to the beginning of rock and roll with like Chuck Berry and all those guys, they were all popular in their teens and early 20s. Every era, all the way to Nirvana, all these bands in their prime, in their 20s, defining every generation with their music from the 50s to the 2000s. So where are this generation's bands? Where are they? It just seems like they're not picking up instruments. I know we see these one-offs and all that, but it's like, and I'm not saying like, where's the next System of a Down? Where's the next Nirvana? They'll never be the next of those bands, but where is the next group of bands that are going to inspire the youth? I feel like a lot of the kids are obsessed with having the computer make music for them, like all this digital stuff. Like, what is your take on that? And do you see it that way?
I saw it that way for a while, but now that I'm in the mix, I see a lot of creative, 20 somethings out there doing what they do. They just haven't broke the mold yet. They haven't broken into mainstream yet. I think it's coming. I think I would bitch about the computers and stuff myself, but I'm also into EDM and all that stuff, even though like a lot of people aren't. I think there's some good there. I'm always about growing and seeing things for what they are and not for what I want them to be. You know what I mean? So I try to see it in different eyes and see how you can take something and grow from it and like use it for good and add to your style, not just kind of generic press play and go like this and have everybody get amped. Like the DJs that do that deserve the rap sting that we give them. But there are producers out there that actually create those sounds and create those beats and they put them together. But it's because of the enormous, the ones that are big that don't do that overshadow the good ones that actually create it from scratch. You know what I mean? There's amazing people out there. And there's also great rock bands out there that are coming up that are using styles that are new, But again, they haven't broken yet. They're not broken yet. So it's coming. I feel like it's coming. There's a lot of talented people out there, but the computers are dumbing down the entire industry.
I think you're right, man.
It's a cycle. It's cycles. There's just
right.
cycles.
It is a cycle. And I think what's happening too is that people, especially young people, this is all new technology. Like to be able to like make your album in your bedroom, like that, you weren't able to do that in the past. So I think people are just, if there's a positive side to it, is that I think they're just excited with the ability to be able to do this kind of stuff. But I think you're right, though, is that maybe that might phase out a little bit and it'll come back full circle to the raw instruments.
Always does.
People will start craving what's not out there anymore.
It's not happening. I mean? They'll say what you're saying. Exactly.
Yeah.
And it will happen. I already see it, like guitar sales have gone up, bass sales have gone up, drum sales. for a while they were saying rock is dead, and rock is full on like thriving at the moment. If you check out rock charts, that's going on right now. And there's a lot of really heavy bands coming out. Bro, with the new band, 7 Hours, for example.
Yeah.
The album just got out October 11th. When I'm writing, I always say, like, is this something that's going on right now? Because I don't want to do what's going on right now. I want to do something. Yeah. It might touch what's going on right now, but it's not what's going on right now. It might be inspired by something from the past, but it's not something that's been done yet. You know what I mean? Or I don't know. You know what I'm saying, bro?
I do.
It's hard. There's so much out there, and to be original is really tough nowadays. But it's in there, and it happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. Well, you definitely conveyed it in the first song I heard from the album was "Alive," the video, the first single, and dude, that slapped me right in my face the moment that came on. I mean, dude, it's like. That's the type of shit that I feel has been missing, is that like where it's just like immediate, like, all right, this is the jam. This is a banger right here. You know what I mean?
I can't wait for you to hear more songs. Once you get the record, you'll be like, there's a lot of stuff in there. That's crazy.
Dude, I can't wait, man. So, speaking of rock and roll, this is the last question, the $1 million question. Will there ever be another System of a Down album?
I have no idea, bro. That is the $1 million question. I'm sure you're aware we've had creative differences between a few members, and we're hoping that, one day we wake up and that's not there anymore. It's just, we work really well together when we work. And I said this recently in another interview. Nothing has ever happened that can, like, it's like, no way, it's like no one's done anything that, needs crazy forgiveness or like there's no pass, you know what I mean? Nothing like that has happened. We get on stage and we're happy. We love each other. It's just it's a creative thing that went down in the mid 2000s, and it's still present. I think it's the style of songwriting, who's writing what, doing what part, which whatever, man. It happens. I'll take what I can get. You know what I mean? And I enjoy right now playing live with my boys. But when it does happen, man, like, it's going to be crazy if it does happen. I've got a lot of things I've written throughout the years just in case it happens, and I've saved them. I have folders on my phone of like riffs galore, just in case. And I was going to use those riffs for the new band, but when we started it, I was just flowing of new stuff. So I just kept those things and kept all the old ones, and I just created new ones, So there's always a plethora of music coming out, from us. So I'm sure each one of us has our own thing, and we just have to get together and do it. It's just, I don't know. At the moment, it's not happening, and I can't promise you it will happen, but my hopes are high,
Well, look, man, Shavo, thanks for doing this, brother. I mean, I
appreciate it.
Dude, this was fun, and I'll definitely be looking out for the next disturbing video you decide to send me. I'll make sure I look at it in the afternoon and not before bed. I'm not making that mistake anymore.
Keep you up.
I'm going to leave you guys with a snippet of the third single, Alive, from the new 7 Hours After Violet album. If MTV's not going to do it anymore, I'm going to fucking do it, all right? Talk to you guys later. I love you. Talk to you soon.
Love you, bro. Peace.